Nah, I can't even be bothered. Let's just get straight into the video. 6 months. Not 1, 2, 4, 5, but 6 months. Half a year. If you told me that I was going to be able to achieve the LSIT in 6 months, I wouldn't even know what that is. Calisthenics. What's that? Wait. In December, I might not have known of it. Or I might have done, but just not as much as I do now. And I didn't put in anywhere near as much work on calisthenics that I've done now compared to 6 months ago. If you told me I'd be on the way to being a personal trainer as well, I won't believe it. If you told me my body fat percentage is 14.7% in 6 months, and I've been able to see my top and middle set of abs, I won't believe it. I wait to see my lower abs. I thought my lower abs were here, but there are lower abs here. If there weren't, that would still be untense when I flex my muscles, but it's not. Before starting the journey, I thought my lower sets of abs were here, but then later on, I thought that they started here, but in reality they do. It's just that you have to get to a very low body fat percentage in order to see them. Elevated EJ, he has got thumbnails where his lower set of abs are showing along with his middle and upper set of abs, so big shout out to him for getting to a body fat percentage so low and showing that it's possible. He seems like he's in a healthy mind state as well. He seems like he's having fun on the channel last time I checked, which was maybe like a couple of months ago. I haven't stopped watching him for any reason in particular. I've just naturally stopped watching him as I've been watching more different things. I was watching a lot of gym haul videos recently, and I'm talking to females a lot more instead of I think what's happening is I even watched today some of those sorts of videos, and they are very sexually implicit. But I think what's going on here, 2 years ago around this time, I was watching porn for a day, but now 2 years to this day, I haven't watched porn, but I've watched very sexually implicit content, like those gym haul videos. Like Bailey Stewart, she'll borderline show her minge and her ass on camera, but then she censors the rubbish, like the literal rubbish, the bin, but she won't censor that. She won't she won't hide the thing that makes human waste, but she'll hide the thing, the waste. She'll hide the waste in her bin, but she will show the thing that creates human waste all day. I was gonna say shout out, but no, absolutely not. I've certainly learned about what gym companies and females are doing out here to make themselves look more sexually attractive in gym wear with those gym haul videos. But I've also been watching it more like how I'd watch porn, if I'm being very honest. It's not as explicit, but it certainly is. It certainly is sexual. I mean, at least that's how I'm seeing it now, because it's gone past this use of understanding what gym wear companies are doing and that. I could say, oh, I need to stop doing it, but then that probably mean I watch even more of them when I don't want to. I think what I'll do is I'll allow myself to just think about it and then let the thoughts of and wants to watch those sorts of videos naturally dissipate, and then yeah, that'll be it. If you told me 6 months ago that I would have enrolled in a gym instructor course to be able to get the in order to be able to work up towards becoming a personal trainer, I wouldn't believe you. I thought I would have taken more of a less qualified route in terms of the paperwork you have to show your qualifications. I thought I would be going the entrepreneur route a lot quicker than I am doing, but I'm setting myself up for that. So me going through this route is a lot more sustainable than if I were to become a business owner through the customer service route. Customer service advisor, and then a manager of some sort, and then a store owner or business owner that way. But I've decided that I'd rather go the personal training route. One major thing that the personal training route has, which that entrepreneur route doesn't have, that specific entrepreneur route doesn't have, is health maintenance. You don't have to keep your health in check in order to actually go through that business owner route through the customer service department. You don't have to have your health in check. You could still be a business owner, but your health, your physical health, your mental health, your social health, your financial health, and everything else, it can be an absolute shithole, but you can still be a business owner. Whereas with the personal training route, your health has to be in check, or otherwise you can't make a living. Money can't come in unless you find it by other means, legal and or illegal. You have to have your physical health, mental health, and your social health in check, or otherwise you will not last in the industry. And my health is everything to me, so I'd much rather go through this route than that customer service route. I've tried it out, and when I was doing it, it was a lot more like I was working rather than having fun doing something that I'd allow myself to not even do for free, but to get charged for. That's what personal training is going to be for me. I'll go to the gym and get charged for the membership and not have any money come in. And I know this is the case because I've been doing it for over a year now. So this is I've been talking to more people a lot more recently, especially females, it seems. I know that I'm looking to date. Ideally I want to date a woman, but am I a grown man, a completely grown man that has it all the way together, to think that he's ready to be in a relationship with a woman, like a proper woman, a woman that has it together, a woman that has her health together and that? No, I'm not sure, because no, I don't think so, because I mean, look, I'm in my sister's bedroom, no money's coming in, there's double digits in the bank balance. This shit needs to change, and it's going to change. Half a year's time, it's going to change. I'll at least have my level 2, and I'd be working under Isaac's wing. That is the aim. For context, I'm referring to the gym I go to. I'll be working as not a personal trainer by that time. It wouldn't have been enough time, but I would at least be a qualified gym instructor that is qualified to help train people. Hell yeah, that is the way. I mean, and it's not like I can't ask for help either. I could ask the tutor for help, and then the people that go into this gym that I plan to work at. That's the plan. I'm not interested in anything else. I have thought of where I could go if they can't take anyone else, but I'm not interested in any of that. I want the money to come in, man. I'm not going to do anything illegal. Hell no. I'm not going to get it quick. But especially after doing a £40 shop instead of a £30 shop, because I went in hungry and I just could not be bothered to put stuff back. And then they got the driving lesson as well. Like, the bank balance is going to be double digits low afterwards. It's not nice. It's not nice that this is a reality. This is the reality of creating for myself. But I'm now starting to think from today, I'm 20 years old, and why don't I have 6 figures in the bank balance? Why is it that I have not done what it takes to be in a place where I have it together already? Why? It absolutely is possible where very young kids start in a very lucrative and legal industry from a very young age, like the entertainment industry, like acting, for example. But I don't think I actually had those sorts of opportunities. Not acting. I wanted to be a footballer when I was younger. That's what I said, just to have an answer during an assembly one time. But I do know one thing. Even though I might have just been wanting to have an answer, something to say during that assembly time, I love football. I really, really like football. I loved being physical, being active, and being completely immersed in what I'm doing. As a kid, I had so much fun, and I was a kid that felt happy and felt at peace. And I still think I have that in me, but I have to find it again. A lot has happened in the 6 months. I mean, I've now further recovered from someone that I've decided to name Alexandra Powell passing away. I further recovered from that. Yeah, it was expected, but when I was there in her final moments, I almost cried. And although I certainly did have time to recover before the journey started, I've only further recovered from it, and I found peace in going to the cemetery. I even went today, and I actually phoned my tutor there at the cemetery to just let her know what's going on and have another form of accountability, like calling once a week. I think that'll really help me out, and I think it's going to be fun. But right now I have to make a start, and I just recently, a few days ago, made a video where I was saying I experienced a lot of stress when learning. I couldn't even get through the intro. I was scratching my head throughout the 2 minutes and 16 seconds. I was scratching the left side of my head. I've cut my hair recently. This is the 3rd time I've cut my hair, and it looks much better than it did the first or the second time, because I combed it out beforehand and then trimming it, and it looks really nice. Like, I did an amazing job. Now, my dad can't cut hair as well as me, and this is the 3rd time I've done it. Like, I like how self-reliant I'm becoming. Speaking of, that's one thing that I want to talk about. I've told myself I don't like asking for help, because I like the self-reliance I experienced doing things by myself. And I kept on saying that to my tutor, but I didn't go past the reasoning of saying I feel pride in being able to do things by myself. I didn't tell her that I'm not against asking for help, but I'd much rather solve things by myself than ask for another person's help. And the furthest I went in terms of explaining it is to say that I really like the self-reliance and the pride that I can experience when I look at myself in the mirror, knowing that I've done right by myself. But it didn't go as far as that, but I think it does. I think that instead it comes from a place where I can feel comfortable that my dad's not going to try and hold that against me, whatever that is, and regardless of how minor, because my dad's held many things against me, regardless of how minor. If I've asked him to do something, he could hold that against me if I've said something that he doesn't like, regardless of how little he disliked it. It doesn't matter. He still will. It's in him to do that. And this is the same man that is said to be that he would put his hands on me, or if not, I'll put his hands on him. And in my head, I translated that into he's going to beat me up. And he said it's either he's going to put his hands on me or the other way around. That's happened a few times now. Not recently, but yesterday, I started feeling very fucking pissed off when I was thinking about it. As a dad, you should know not to say those sorts of things to your own child. I don't think my mum or dad were in shape to raise kids. They weren't fit to raise kids. In the sense that they didn't have their health in check. I mean, they're overweight. Both of them are. If they had their health together, I think all of us would have had a much healthier, not only childhood, but adolescence. And the fact that you said that to me, I started feeling very fucking pissed off, especially after listening to grime music recently.